to escape a negative manifestation instantly. This is Jake Doosey with JakeDoosey.com. Hey, since you're already here, do me a huge favor. Hit the like button on this video right over there or wherever it is. Costs you nothing, take you only 1 second. It'll send this positive message out into the YouTube universe. Like right over there. How to escape a negative manifestation. Let's dive right into it. Okay, so how do you escape a negative manifestation instantly? So I want to share with you a story about something that happened to me it was probably I think it was 5 years ago. This was, at the time, one of the worst things that had happened on the process of my goals, and it turned out to be one of the best things ever. But what happened was, I was struggling for a lot of years, ups and downs, and I couldn't find a consistent revenue stream. I did a lot of speaking, but that was really hard because you're always on the road, and then I was a college dropout, so colleges wouldn't book me, so I was stuck at high schools, which don't pay very well, and doing occasional corporate gigs. And I met an individual that was very successful in the college speaking arena, doing, very, very well for a lot of years. And so I was like, this person's going to be my mentor, and they'll teach me how to be successful as a college speaker and how to get gigs and stuff like that. So I hired them to mentor me, spent a while, and I wasn't getting a ROI, return on investment, but I was paying this person a lot, and then they ended up kind of basically like taking off with my cash. And so it was really hard because I didn't really have any money, and it was like the last of my savings, and the person and me had a total split, and I couldn't get any of my money back. And so I was in a really bad place because not only had I not figured out how to get any college bookings, it's like it wasn't like that was working for me yet. It wasn't working at all. But I also lost my money, and I lost my plan. More importantly, I lost any semblance of like optimism or hope for how I was going to finally make things work out. My wife was in debt, so I had a lot of pressure. And I was really mad. I was really sad too, because this person they were like my hero for a while, and I was screwed. And I was lying in bed very helplessly, and I said to myself, well, if I have no idea what I'm gonna do, and following other mentors led me to this, what do I want to do that will make me the most happy? And I was like, I want to make YouTube videos. I'd started and stopped YouTube many times for many years, but I'd never really seen it through. Start, stop, start, stop. So I was like, I'm gonna do YouTube. I had no idea if I could make any money on YouTube. I had no clue how to really get progress on it. I had started and stopped many times, so I didn't have a lot of optimism about it, but it sounded fun. And so what I did is I started YouTube. It took about 9 months, but my channel ended up getting 100,000 subscribers, and now almost has 500,000 with like 40 million views. And my income took off to levels I never could imagine. My impact around the world in hundreds of countries took off to levels I never could have imagined. And my life changed. And I'm going to share with you now what I did that allowed me to escape that negative manifestation almost instantly. And what ended up happening was I made more money than I ever could have made as a college speaker. More importantly, I was happy. And second to being happy, I was impacting more people's lives than I ever could as a college speaker. We're talking about 40 million views. I wasn't going to get 40 million people listening to my college talks. So I got 3 for 3. Happier than ever, greater impact and purpose than ever, and more money than I could have imagined. And it all happened by doing this one thing that I'm about to share with you. So let me share it. So here's a few simple steps that you can follow. Point number one is this happening to me or for me? So I was lying in bed that night and I was depressed and I was angry and I was hopeless. And this voice came in and is like, is this happening to you or for you? And I was like, I don't know. So is this happening to me? If this is happening to me, then I'm a victim of it. This person took advantage of me. There's so many bad people in the world. What am I going to do now? They're going to ruin my life. That was the last of my savings. That's life happening to me. Life happening for me is actually became the key to my freedom. And I sat there and I'm like, maybe this happened because I'm meant to do YouTube and I'm meant to do that. This is supposed to be my mission in life, and this is how I'll reach the most people, and this is how I'm going to be the happiest. But I never would have chose it because I was really insecure many years ago, and at that time I was really insecure. Nothing had worked out. I was always hit and miss, and I was still really young. I was 21 years old, maybe 22 years old. And so I was looking at all the older people in my industry and trying to follow them. And this was someone that was older, that was very successful and very well put together, and I was following them. I thought YouTube was just for, kooks and unprofessional people, and there was no money in it, so it was not going to be a sustainable model for me to support myself. So then I saw a bright, shiny object, which was some guy that had a bunch of money as a college speaker, seemed really happy. Bright, shiny object. And I'm like, jump over there. Because I was just following the bright, shiny object. But then what happened was the bright, shiny object fell apart. Now, this happened for me because I didn't have enough faith that I could have my own self-reliant, self-sustainable business. I was always trying to get someone to book me and someone for this, and I needed a publicist, and I needed an agent to sell me, and I needed that speaking people to help me with this. But then when that fell apart, it made me go, I want to do YouTube. And then when I started doing YouTube, people would say, hey, I'm in Iran, I can't get your book. Can you make a course? And then that led to me making courses that now tens of thousands of people have used. So in a bizarre way, that happened so that I would become the person that I was meant to become. It happened for me. It didn't seem like it initially because I lost rest of my little savings, and more importantly, I lost any semblance of hope or optimism for my future because I had no plan anymore. And so it didn't seem like it. And quite often, something that we need to remember if we want to escape negative manifestations quickly is that life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Life's not trying to break you, it's trying to shape you. It's trying to shape you into a bigger person. But it's very hard to see it. I had really bad back pain for a while that was really debilitating. And it seemed like, whoa, just my luck, this sucks. But in reality, it happened because it was teaching me to slow down. It was teaching me to go deeper into my meditations. It was teaching me to cultivate more peace in my life. Everything is happening for you. Comment down below, life is happening for me. Comment down below, life is happening for me. Comment that down below, life is happening for me. The second step is to harvest the good out of it, or find the lesson out of it, or how this might be happening for you. Right? You may not be able to see it instantly, but if you really can take a step back for 15 minutes and close your eyes, you might be able to find the answer, or the answer might come to you, right? For instance, I'll give you another example. I thought I was in love with someone before I met Ashley, and I thought I was head over heels for them, and I was like, we're going to be together forever, and all these things, and then they ended up breaking up with me and leaving to the other side of the world, and with another guy, and I was really heartbroken at the time. Now I look, and it seems like life was happening to me. This person, and they didn't love me as much back, and why does this always happen? There's no good women, and I'm just fine. I'll always be alone. I'll always be by myself. It's fine. It's fine. Like, that was life happening to me. But then life happening for me was actually, I was so sad that it actually ended up making me into the happiest I had ever been. Because I was so sad, I had to get my life back together, and I had to really get in great shape again, go deeper in my meditations, and really commit to my goals and figure my life out and what I wanted out of it. And it ended up making me into the happiest I've been. And then out of nowhere, I met Ashley, my wife, and I can see now that the past woman, that happened for me. She's actually, like, I'm so thankful for her. Same with the dude that left with the money that I thought was going to mentor me. I am so thankful that that guy did that, because I would not be living the life that I live. And I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love my life. I'm pinching myself right now. Thank you to that person that did that. So the woman, it happened for me because it allowed me to meet Ashley, and it allowed me to really see what a healthy relationship was, so I could translate into my relationship with Ashley, and it helped me to find my own happiness on a way deeper level and not be dependent off of other people to make me happy. So there was huge lessons out of that. So what I invite you to do is ask yourself this question: what is the good that I can harvest out of this? What is the good that I can harvest out of this situation? Because we live in a world of polarity. So even if something seems really, really, really bad, there at some point, and it may not come for years later, there is generally something very good that emerged out of it. There is a rose that was growing from the concrete, so to speak. So what I invite you to do is harvest the good. Part number 3 is forgive the rest. So I kind of alluded to that just a moment ago. When I really saw huge growth in my YouTube channel, I was still kind of angry a little bit, because like, it was sad with the person that I thought was going to help me with the college speaking and all that. And one night I was in bed and I wasn't getting any progress on my YouTube yet, and I can vividly remember this night. I wasn't getting any progress, but I was having fun. I was having fun making the videos. I was really enjoying the creative aspects of it. I was having fun again. And I was in bed that night, and it was quiet, and Ashley was next to me, and I said, I am so thankful to blah, blah, blah for doing that. That was the best thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. And I felt this like huge release, because on an unconscious level, I'd given up my resentments or anger or my victimhood towards them, and I was free. And I really saw that this was actually, in some level, my soul created that circumstance to allow me to be the person that I am today. And I finally saw it. So that person was really an instrument in my highest good. So then I was totally free from it. And forgiveness is the alchemy of the soul that brings possibility back to the human spirit. And I had tapped into a whole new level of possibility in my life. And then furthermore, the same thing with the woman that I thought I was in love with. I was really sad at the time, and I was like frustrated by it, angry at it. It was probably took a few months, but a few months later, after I went through my feeling of loss or sadness or rejection or depression or whatnot, that was when I started going on this really like exciting mission of happiness. I was like waking up so early, going to the gym every day, feeling fantastic. And I remember one day I was finally like, wow, I was not this happy when I was dating that person. I'm really grateful that that just happened. So forgiveness, in some sense, is actually getting to a point where we can recognize that everything happens for a reason. That even the bad things happen for good reasons. and that there is good we can harvest out of it. And that's how we become free. That's how we release our energetic cords, our emotional cords to those circumstances or those people, and we create alchemy. Alchemy, right? The alchemist could turn base metal into gold. Well, it's alchemy of our soul. It takes our soul from anger or frustration or a deep feeling of resentment into freedom, into new possibilities, into new levels of happiness or success. So the forgiveness is the alchemy of the soul. Then last but not least, ask yourself this question. What does my heart want? A lot of times we get so into our head in life, we're so attached to the thought realm that we forget to ask ourselves what our heart wants. And my life really changed after that happened with the college speaking individual, because when I was lying there on my bed, I was out of options. When I was out of options, there was a surrender to my mind. And when I surrendered to my mind, I got into my heart and I was like, what do I want? And I was like, I want to leave a legacy. If I die, I want thousands of videos being on the internet that someone could find 15 years after I die. I want it up there. I want the freedom of my day. I want to go on walks. I want to be able to meditate. I don't want to be traveling nonstop for college gigs. I want to reach someone in Saudi Arabia or Iran or India or Kazakhstan. I want that. And I didn't know how it would work out. I didn't know if it would work out, but I knew I wanted it on a deep level. I had finally connected to my heart. And I created a negative manifestation with the college speaking situation because before that happened, I wasn't in tune with what my heart wanted. I was in my head. How can I finally make some money? How can I finally make this sustainable? What am I supposed to do to be successful? And then the bright, shiny object, a very well speaking, charismatic individual that had made great money as a college speaker comes along, and I jump at it because I wasn't in my head. I wasn't in my heart, I was in my head. I was in my head because I was trying to follow what somebody else was doing. And then whenever you come from your ego, you almost always create a negative manifestation. And that was what happened to me. I went from my head. I was like, I'm going to be like this person. And then it failed because I was living from my head. But it failed so that it could bring me into my heart. And that's my present life today. And so what I want to remind you is that life's not here to break you, it's here to shape you. Life is not here to break you, life is here to shape you. Life is not happening to you, life is happening for you. And sometimes it's hard to see that. So what I invite you to do is replay this video and listen to these steps over and over and see if you can use this process to transcend the negative manifestation. And when it happens, you'll feel the release very quickly. For me, it was an instantaneous release, and ultimately my energy went quickly up. I attracted a life I never knew I was even capable of living. So this is Jake Doosey with JakeDoosey.com. Comment down below, I love life. Comment down below, I love life. Sometimes in a negative manifestation timeline we're stuck in, it's hard to remember how much I love life. And so what I invite you to do is comment down below, I love life. Comment down below, I love life. I'd love to know where in the world you're coming from as well. You know, I mentioned that. That was one of my goals. So please comment what country or state or city you are coming from. I'm going to read them all through, and I'd love to know. It would truly make me very happy if you could please comment down where in the world you're watching this video from, right there down below. And if you haven't yet, check out my success hypnosis. It's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's a free success hypnosis I made when I was facing all my limiting beliefs in the early stages of my career. And then when it all culminated with me starting YouTube, I created a success hypnosis for myself to start reprogramming my mind so that I could attract greater levels of success. And then eventually this YouTube channel went viral, all these crazy things happened, my life changed forever, and now I give it away for free. It's right there down below. You're going to have some amazing things happen to you when you listen to this. It's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. About 600,000 people from all over the world have used it now, which is, I never would have imagined that when I was lying on my bed, unsure where the direction of my life was taking me. So keep in mind, you can't even scratch the surface on the amazing things that life has planned for you and that are in store in your destiny. So really tap into your destiny with my hypnosis. It's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. Right there down below, jakeshypnosis.com. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Bell notification is what notifies you for new videos. Even if you're already subscribed, just double check you actually hit the bell notification right over there on the side. And then comment down below, I love life, and let me know where in the world you're coming from. Hey, have an absolutely fantastic day. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. Life is happening to you because life is happening for you, not to you, because you're meant for amazing, great things. Life's going to get better and better and better and better and better and better and better. And you may not see it yet, but I'm telling you, it's going to get better and better and better and better.